All right, so ready to unlock the secrets of like really impactful public speaking?
I think we are.
Today,
Yeah.
we're diving into like some fascinating insights about how audience perception shapes the power of a message. You
That's
know,
a good one.
it's we're going to be exploring excerpts from a piece called "It's Not How It's Intended, It's How It's Received: The Key to Impactful Public Speaking."
Catchy title.
Right.
Yeah.
Ever wonder why some speakers like completely captivate you while others, well, let's just say you start checking your watch.
Yeah.
Turns out it's not just about what they say,
Uh-huh.
but how it lands with the audience.
It really is. It's true.
So this whole intention versus reception thing that the article talks about,
Yeah.
this idea that like the impact of a message hinges not just on the speaker's intentions, but on how the audience receives it.
Right.
Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, yeah. It's absolutely key,
Yeah.
Think of it like a musician.
Okay.
Even if they intend to play a beautiful melody, if their instrument's out of tune, the result's going to be awful.
Totally makes sense.
Doesn't matter how good they are or how much they're trying.
Right.
The audience is going to hear a mess.
So it's all about the delivery.
I think so. Yeah, you've got to think about the listener, the viewer, the audience.
Yeah, it's fascinating how something as simple as like a speaker's tone
Yeah.
can like completely shift the meaning of their words.
Absolutely.
It's almost like adding this like hidden layer of communication, right?
You can say something but mean something totally different.
Exactly. And the article digs into like all these specific examples
Yeah.
about how things like tone of voice and word choice and body language and audience interaction can like make or break a speaker's message.
Huge stuff.
It really is.
Yeah.
What are some of the like most striking points you found?
Well, they talk about the power of tone
Mm-hmm.
and how, a speaker might intend to project confidence,
Right.
but if their tone comes across as like arrogant,
Oh, yeah.
it can totally backfire.
It can have like the exact opposite effect.
Ex-
I remember reading about a study where they found that speakers with like a slightly faster pace
Yeah.
and like varied inflection were perceived as like more intelligent and competent.
It's really interesting.
Isn't that wild?
It is, yeah. Like you said, it's a hidden layer of meaning.
Uh-huh.
You think you're just saying words, but you're communicating so much more.
And then there's word choice too.
Oh, choice.
Like, are you using jargon that's going to make people feel lost?
Yeah.
Or can you explain like a complex topic in a way that everybody understands?
That's the key, isn't it?
Absolutely. And what about body language?
Oh, that's a big one.
Do you think that's like one of the most important things?
I mean, they're all important,
Yeah.
You can't really separate them.
True.
But yeah, body language is huge.
Are you making eye contact?
Right. Are you using gestures that feel natural and open?
Or are you like hiding behind the podium looking like stiff and uncomfortable?
All of that sends a message.
Right. It's like you could be saying all the right things.
Exactly.
And if your body language is screaming like, I don't want to be here.
Or I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, then nobody's going to listen.
Nobody's going to believe you, right?
Yeah.
It's like that thing where the article mentions like that the speaker might say they value the audience's input,
Yeah.
but if their arms are crossed
Right.
and they're not making eye contact,
Yeah.
the message is going to be like, I don't really care what you think.
Totally.
It's so true.
And you see that all the time.
You do.
Yeah.
So we've got these like powerful tools at our disposal, right?
We do.
Our tone, our words, our body language,
Mhm.
and it's about using them consciously to make sure our message like truly lands.
It really is.
But the source also emphasizes that communication is like a two-way street.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
What do you think they mean by that?
It's not about just like broadcasting your message. It's
Okay.
about like engaging with the audience.
Right.
We all walk into a room with our own experiences, our own biases, And a truly impactful speaker recognizes that and tailors their message accordingly.
So it's almost like we're like reading the room,
Yeah.
picking up on cues from the audience and like adjusting our approach on the fly,
I think so.
right?
Think of it like a dance.
Uh,
You're leading, but you're also paying close attention to your partner,
Yeah.
responding to their movements,
ah,
finding that rhythm together.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
It makes the whole idea of connecting with the audience feel like
Yeah.
more dynamic, more collaborative.
Right. It's not a one-way thing.
And the source gives some practical tips too. All right?
Oh, yeah.
Like what kind of things?
Well, they talk about asking questions, encouraging dialogue,
Yeah.
not being afraid of Q&A sessions.
Okay.
The more you understand your audience's perspective,
Right.
the better you can tailor your message to resonate with them.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
It's like the source said, it's about finding that perfect harmony
Mm-hmm.
between intention and reception.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what we're going for.
Yeah.
It's about refining your message, making sure that like every element of your presentation,
Yeah.
from like the opening line to the finest slide, works together
Mhm.
to achieve your communication goals.
So for you, our listener,
Yeah.
the next time you're preparing for a presentation,
Mm-hmm.
or even just like a conversation, remember this.
Yeah.
It's not enough to simply speak your mind.
Right.
It's about understanding how your words, your tone,
Yeah.
your presence
Yeah.
will be received by the person on the other
Yeah,
side.
the other person. Yeah, exactly.
Because ultimately, the impact you make
Mm-hmm.
depends not just on what you say,
Right.
but on how it's heard.
Exactly. And that awareness is what transforms a good speaker into a truly unforgettable one.
That's a great point.
You know, you can be saying all the right things, but
If it's not landing,
yeah, if it's not landing, then what's the point?
what's the point?
Yeah.
And with that, we'll wrap up this deep dive.
Okay.
But remember, the exploration of impactful communication doesn't end here.
Oh, no, keep going.
Keep experimenting, keep refining, and like most importantly,
Yeah.
keep engaging with the amazing power of human connection.
That's what it's all about.